What's up, guys? My name's Jason, if you don't already know me. This is my 1987 Turbo T WE4, and today we're swapping out Alky pumps to get rid of my old leaky pump and get the updated version with the new pressure switch. Let's do this. Alright, first things first, we're going to get the Monty off the lift, get that out of the way, and then we'll get the Buick up the lift because the Alky pump actually sits underneath the passenger side front bumper support, so it's going to make our life a lot easier if it's just up and we're looking up and not crawling on the ground. And with the lift, it just makes no sense not to use it. So let's get the car shuffled around and start this project. I think we got to read some instructions because from what I understand, these new pumps, the air needs to be bled for them thoroughly. For some reason, these new ones are a little bit harder to bleed, and you got to make sure you do that right so that, you know, when you need the Alky, it's there and ready to go. So let's get the cars moved around and start this. Sneak peek where this pump is at. So there is the old pump. Well, no leaks. She's definitely dry. I'm gonna have to remember to re-Teflon these so that because these are gonna come out and go into the new pump, because the new pump just has caps from our folks over at Alkycontrol, so we'll take these out. And the instructions say these go finger tight. There's some Alky leaking out. Finger tight and then half a turn. If you put these in too tight, you will crack the housing of the top of the pump and you're done. You're gonna need a new pump. So it's finger tight plus half a turn. That's what the instruction said, so we're gonna follow that. All right, so those fittings are undone. I'm gonna put these out of the way. We'll get them cleaned up, and then let's get some bolts so we can remove the Alky pump here. Moved. That wasn't that tight. That was good. Let's not forget to disconnect this too, so that that's ready to come off. All right, that's disconnected. One and that one, so we can pull the pump off. Sorry, I'm probably blocking your view, but that's why I explained to you what I was doing here, because this camera angle is not going to be the best. All right. Pump off. There we go. Not hard at all. All right, so next I want to clean these up. I want to remove the old Teflon tape. This up, I finished this one, so that one's ready to go. Let's do the other one real quick. I retaped this one. Let's get this one back in. Nope, that is not threaded straight. There we go. So finger tight and then half a turn. Half a turn. Voila. Okay. Hand tight, and we go half a turn, like so. All right, there, our new fittings are in. They're facing up as the lines come down in. So I think the next step is to get this mounted back up in the car. Mount this pump before I mount the lines because it'll make it easier for me to get the lines on and get them tight if the pump is not moving and it's secured. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. All right, I just rounded out that ground a little bit better, and all right, should be good now. All right, so this is part of the new switch that's got to go up to the new pressure switch, which is going to be located up top. And let's plug this in while we're down here. So this is the new pump to existing wiring harness. Make sure that's locked in nice and tight. All right, and now we got to connect our lines. Three-quarter I'm using here. I don't have much wiggle room with my long wrench here, so little by little. Put this down. Yeah, I just didn't like how that was caught up in there. So now she's in a good spot. And I think what I'm going to do is just hang this up here. This is where the new switch is going to go, and then we're going to go up top and finish it off. All right, here's the new pressure switch. We're going to go ahead and get this installed up top. I believe if I'm correct, it goes after the filter. I'm going to double check the instructions, but that's my next step. So we'll get this car lowered and get working up top. Then we have to bleed the pump, and then we're done. Well, fill the methanol tank, because I did get some fresh methanol yesterday from a local guy. So, all right, let's get the car lowered and get on to the next steps here. All right, so here's the new pressure switch. So they said this is going to go on the back end of the existing filter, which is going to be right here. Let me brighten that up so you can see. So right here. So essentially, this is going to go in here. And then we're going to run this wire down to the existing pigtail down there off the pump. That was way tighter than it should have been. Alright, I'm going to probably need to take this off first. I'm starting to twist the line, so let me do that. Alright, I'm going to re-Teflon this fitting and then connect our new pressure switch. So let me do that. I'm not going to bore you guys with that, so let me do that real quick. With the Miracle of Editing, boom, editing. So I put the pressure sensor, threaded that into this, let's call it intermediary piece between the final line that goes into the nozzle, and tighten all them down. I've got this situated where I think it's going to go. I'll probably end up zip tying it back to here, and then I want to put this line back where it goes. But first, once we get this done, we got to plug in the piece at the bottom down there, and then from there go ahead and bleed the pump. So let's do that next here. Let's get this situated. Try to push crossing. And then we're going to need to plug this into the white plug that came off of the pump. So I'll run that down there. Alright, so we have all of the connections made here. We've got our pressure switch ran down in this fashion to the actual switch off the pump underneath, and I can show you guys that in a second. Now we got to do is fill it and bleed the pump, which I'm gonna probably need help unless I think I can jump the 3-bar map. I'm gonna look at some instructions. I remember reading somewhere if you jump the 3-bar map, it'll give it full pressure and it'll bleed quicker. And apparently it's gonna take a couple quarts to bleed all the air off, but that's something we have to do next. And then once it's bled, I can connect it to the nozzle on the up pipe, and from there, we should be good to go. Obviously check for leaks. That's one thing we're gonna do once it's priming. So let's do that and see if we can figure out how to get this pump bled and get the tank filled. This is fun. This is not too hard, pretty easy. I'm taking my time filming here, but in all reality, this could probably be done in an hour, maybe an hour and a half if you're taking your time. So super easy deal to exchange or swap out your Alky pump if yours is leaking or you need a new one. So let's get this tank filled right now. Alright guys, sorry about the noise. Looks like my neighbor has decided to mow his lawn, and of course I'm trying to film a video, so we're just gonna have to deal. Let's put some methanol in this. Dude, protect your paint. Do yourself a favor. Methanol will stain your paint, so put something down if in the event you leak. Oh, it's heavy. How much we got in there? Oh, we got a decent amount. Let me just dry some of this. We're close, we're close. Alright, we're here. We should be good. That should be enough to be able to prime the pump. Let's get this capped. Alright, go ahead, push it. Alright, let go. Alright, take your finger, don't push it. Take your hand off. I don't see any leaks up here. Don't touch anything, okay? I'm gonna go underneath and check for leaks. Alright, dry as a bone. Let's prime it some more. Alright, go ahead, push it, bud. Alright, stop. Alright, push it again. Alright, stop. Alright, I think we're good. I don't see any air bubbles or anything. Alright, stop. Alright, hand off the button. Now turn the phone off. Turn the key backwards. One more click. Go back one more time. Yep. Pull the key out. Alright, hand it to me. Okay, hold on. Let me help you get out. So I don't want to hit the door on the pole. Hey, buddy, thank you. That's perfect. I don't know. I'm actually recording right now, so.
I don't want them to see my bed hair.
Alright, so everything looks good, no leaks, everything's dry. Air is out of the system, so now it's a matter of taking it out for a ride, see how she feels at full boost now, because it's been a minute. She's looking good, no leaks. Make sure everything's dry there. Everything is dry there. Let's go underneath and just double check. Alright, everything looks good there. No leaks there or there. We are good. We got a new Alky pump installed, boys. Alright, I just boosted it a little bit and everything's looking good. We don't have any leaks. I checked underneath, I checked all the lines, and now we got the 360 camera recording, so let's get some more footage and roll out. It's a beautiful day now. It was a little chilly earlier, but the sun is up, it's shining, and I can't complain. So let's take it for a little longer of a drive, make sure everything's good.
car feels good. I can't wait to get that other header on here that's not cracked and leaking and see how much faster this thing will spool. She feels really good right now. I mean, the weather outside, the temperature right now is, let's see, weather outside is 62 and it's sunny, so the concrete's warm but the air is cool. This thing is loving the air temp charges after that big old front mount. And with the Alky, yeah buddy, love it, love it. Yeah, the new pump's an easy install. The only additional thing you have to do is add the pressure sensor after the filter, which is an extra step, and then you got to bleed it. But you'd have to bleed a new pump if you didn't have to do the pressure sensor. So all in all, I'm happy with it. It was easy. Again, probably take you an hour if you had to do it yourself, not videotaping. I had to take a little bit more time setting up the camera and showing what I was doing, but end of the day, it was easy.
All right, guys, that's it. The car is fixed. The Alky pump is in. She's not leaking. She's running good. A little bit of timing I'm going to put into it, and I think the tune's going to be spot on. I think everything's looking good. Until next time, I appreciate you guys, and don't forget, if you like this video, if it helped you, hit that like button, hit subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and helps the channel. So until next time, I'll see you later. Peace.